Welcome to From a Certain Point of View, the only Star Wars podcast to bypass the dyad and go full-on triad. That's us. I'm Jason, the Angry Ginger Jedi guy. There's a long name there. Broadcasting live from inside Wookiee Poo Studios. I am not alone. Please allow me to introduce your favorite wretched scum, scoundrels, and smugglers. First up, part of the triad, my neighbor from Corellia, neighbor Cole.
It's a tripod. That's what they call my affliction.
Oh, so it's just, yeah, I see. Uh-huh. Or I'd rather not see, actually.
Yeah, I've been trying to get you the look, but you won't.
I know.
Thank you for having me as a part of one of three.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Which one's the biggest? Ready?
Sorry.
We're all going to show.
Okay. Our lightsabers?
Yeah, our egos.
Oh, yeah.
No, thank you for having me on the show, Jason. As always, Jason, the Angry Ginger Jedi guy.
Yeah, there's a lot there.
That is a lot. Do you want to shorten that up? You have full creative control.
I would love to.
There's full creative control on your part.
I feel like I didn't put the Ginger Jedi guy in there. I don't know where that came from.
JGJG.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Call me that for short. See, we shortened it up.
JGJG.
Problem solved.
JG squared. How about that?
That's better. Yeah.
Yeah. JG squared. This rolls off the tongue. No, yeah, that beautiful voice you heard coming in before he was introduced. Hot from the hyperspace lanes. We got Darth Mathias, or as we like to call him on the show, Mart.
The cheater from the galaxy far, far away.
Mart from Mustafar,
Yeah.
I think is his new handle.
See, it's not fair because you talk to me and you look at me, and then you get mad that I talk before I'm introduced.
I haven't
don't know.
looked
I
at
can't
you
win.
at all. I don't look at you. I don't bring you in until I'm ready. And then
okay.
that's
Blinders
me being
on.
He's
ready.
got blinders on.
Yeah. That's fine. How's it going, guys? I have been enjoying, because I am a fossil and still have cable television.
Wow.
And I have been enjoying the TNT marathon of Star Wars all weekend long. Been dipping in and out quite a
They're
lot.
still doing that?
Yeah, the whole
Are they
fucking
doing like
saga.
all 9 now?
Yeah.
Wow.
Plus Solo and Rogue One.
Oh, holy shit.
He did it all.
I used to get so excited when I'd see that coming up on cable.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what I'm doing this weekend.
What do you think? How long does it take to play all the movies with commercials?
Ooh, with commercials, I don't know. Because I remember, didn't they do it in a couple theaters where they did the whole thing? Like build up to 9? They were going to play them all in a row, and so you could sit there. Yep. Oh my God, that would be pretty tough.
I'd do it.
How far? Who could make it the longest?
Like stay awake?
Yeah.
I could stay awake through all of them.
Could you?
I definitely would have to use the bathroom, but I could stay awake.
No bathroom breaks.
No.
I'm calling it.
Okay.
You got to piss into a 2-liter bottle.
I can do that.
It's like Dwight from The Office.
See, every reference is just you trying to get one of us to get it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The sound of the empty popcorn box with the pee hitting it. Not a good.
The cardboard.
I look to my right and Matt's just standing there straddling it.
Don't look. You're gonna make it creep back up.
Smells like butter.
I ordered fresh popcorn, no butter. I don't know what the problem is here.
Go turn it back in. What the hell is this? It smells like piss.
Yeah, we ordered a bucket of popcorn. I got a bucket full of piss somehow.
Oh, yeah, I want a free popcorn now. Thank you for welcoming me onto your show. If anybody would like to find our show online, it is at FromACertainPointOfSkew.com. You can find us on Twitter at FACPA pod. And you can email the show, FACPApod@gmail.com. We are also part of the Podawans Podcast Network at Podawans on Twitter.
What about the merch? It's Christmas time.
Oh, I can start pushing that again.
Yeah.
I've neglected it quite a bit. Some people have bought some shirts and stuff, and we've sent some out to people. And so I'll have to, thank you. I'll look into that.
Okay.
And we need a new logo.
We need a new logo for
That'll
2022.
start in the new year. Yeah.
I'll get that done.
New year, new us, new show. I can't find anything.
New nickname, new everything. On the show today, before we get a logo going, it's question of the week. We've got 2 questions up in the news. We've got the Acolyte is cast. Kenobi fan theories are way off. Rogue Squadron back on track, and the Galactic Starcruiser may have some troubles.
Oh.
We got a Maul Bag, 3 of them this time. 3 emails in our Maul Bag. No factoid. We're sorry, but we've got a show. Let's get into it. Question of the week.
So I can start this off. We have 2. The first one is, with Christmas right around the corner, which Star Wars characters would be the best gift givers? And then the follow-up question is, which would be the hardest to shop for? So who do you guys have for the best gift givers?
AP5, I think, would be the best gift giver.
AP5. Yeah. That's
from
the droid that I like.
Bad Batch and Clone Wars?
No, which one am I thinking? No, not AP5. The one the robot voice one. The black one, inventory drove. MP5? What is it?
Oh, the one that sounds like Die Hard guy?
Yes, that's the other one. AP5 is the Bad Batch one.
Who am I thinking
What's that
of?
one called? No, hold on. I'm gonna.
Yeah,
find
you're talking
this
about the
out.
inventory droid.
I picked him because he's the inventory droid,
Rebels.
he'd be able to like analyze you.
That's
Oh,
true.
you're right. You're right. You're fucking right. It's AP5. Who's the goddamn one from Bad Batch?
AZ5.
Yes.
AZ5.
AZ3.
Wow.
AZ3.
Oh.
Jesus
AZ3.
Christ.
You guys had me doubting myself. You really convinced me. 2 on 3.
You know,
You're good.
I don't doubt you as much unless we get into timelines. Then I know we got you.
Yeah.
Those are gonna come up later. So
You know, you find me in a fetal position crying.
Just shaking back and forth.
No,
sucking
so
your thumb.
originally, AP5, guys, AP5.
Yeah. Clear.
You may
Checks out.
proceed.
That checks out.
We should just start fact checking the shit out of each other. No, actually,
Never get anywhere.
Well, I'll turn into Oscar from The Office. Actually,
Yeah.
Actually.
no. So
I would hate that podcast.
yeah. AP5, I think, would do a good job, like diagnosing you and being like, "This is, what."
He'd be the perfect gift giver.
Yeah, he'd find out what you wanted, what makes you tick, and he's an inventory droid, so he knows where to find all the stuff.
That's true.
Just go and like search the galaxy and find you the perfect gift.
I have no argument there. I think you picked a good one.
Yeah.
Who you got?
I put a few down. 'Cause, obviously I'm going for something silly, but Mando, like if he's bad at negotiation, so I figured like he's gonna make up with it for like giving a good president, right?
Overcompensating.
Yeah, he's overcompensating. So I just figured like that's the thing he has. Plus, he grew up with a bad life, bad parents. He doesn't have anyone. Like anytime he has an attachment, he's probably trying to win him over by like giving him really good gifts.
His parents sacrificed themselves so he could live. Bad parents.
Well, I mean,
Absent
there's a lot.
parents.
That's true. That's right.
They died.
They didn't have to die. That's their fault.
Their village is being attacked.
They're like Rose from the Titanic. They should have just dove in the
They could
cellar.
have climbed inside of that
There's
thing.
room
with
in
them.
here for all of us.
Yeah.
She's laying on that fucking.
She's laying on a whole dresser, and he's just freezing.
practically sunbathing. And,
Right.
He's
Yeah.
just down there fucking.
Plenty of
dying.
room. Yeah, plenty of room.
Call it the fuck you rose. That's what we call that.
So Mando, I feel like Mando wouldn't have any money to shop because he always negotiates poorly.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Well, he'd just like give things away. Like he'd steal things.
Yeah.
And up next is Count Dooku. I figure like he just gives silk pajamas to everybody. Like every year, silk pajamas.
Yeah, I had him on my hard to shop for because you'd try to get him silk pajamas and he would just like laugh in your face. Like, I got it covered, man.
Yeah, he's really like the dark side that has it all. Like what do you get a man that has it all?
Try to get a cape. It's like trying to buy a cape for Lando. He's got fucking
Right.
too many.
Yeah. One in
That
every
was
color.
another one I had.
No, see, we're all
For
right.
hard to give gifts to. Same
Yes.
thing. Scarves, fucking capes. What are you gonna get Lando? He's got it all.
Well, to go for hard to give to, it would definitely be Lando's droid.
Or it could be,
Like
we
she
could
didn't
also
want anything. She was like the ultimate fembot.
could get him
I'll get it myself.
a new ship because he lost the Millennium Falcon. I guess a YT
Yeah, that's true.
1300. I guess whatever.
I hate you.
Sorry.
I had Kenobi on givers because that's all he did was give. Just ask Satine. Wah wah.
Hey-o.
Seriously, he was so thoughtful and was always like kind of sacrificing for everybody else. I just figured he wouldn't be like, take the easy way out. He wouldn't just get you like a Tashi Station gift card.
He is the Jesus Christ of Star Wars. The Christmas holiday would just be named after. It'd be like Happy Kenobi Day.
I think he's the ultimate.
Yeah.
The other ones I had Omega because she's just so clued into people's thoughts and feelings that she would probably know what you want.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I mean R2 is probably good at that shit too because he's always handy.
See, I was going the other way. Like C-3PO would be very difficult. You can't please that
absolutely.
fucking bastard.
Just
No,
an
he
oil
would be a pain.
bath. It's
Yeah.
easy. Gift card to a
Spa.
droid spa.
Yeah. There you
It's
go.
easy.
Oh,
Yep.
good call.
And like Maz definitely is the best gift giver. I mean, she just gives away lightsabers.
Yeah, that's
Well, she's
true.
got all that shit in her fucking basement. Well, it's destroyed now, I guess.
That's
but
true.
she had a
Yeah.
lot of stuff.
Yeah. Her and Dave Meyer, they both give lightsabers.
What do you got? You got
Speaking of
Ezra
Dave,
down.
we'll see him next week.
Well, you got Ezra down here. What's your take on that?
Same thing, overcompensation. No family, no anything. Really wants to he's always running off the ship and doing his own thing and getting in trouble. So Christmas time, he's got to be like, you know what, I thought about you. And it's a way for him to kind of like, hey, Sabine, what'd you think of that gift?
Yeah.
And he's like, want some of this dick later?
Gives her the Paul Rudd.
Yeah, he does.
I feel like clothing-wise, the hardest to shop for would just be Jabba the Hutt. It's hard to find a...
Nothing
He
fits.
gave the gift that just kept on giving to all the generations
Yes.
of men since 1970s.
There's no big and tall. There's no big and tall store.
81.
I'm looking at a 44 XXX in a Snuggie. It's hard to find for a fucking hut, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, he would need like a poncho, I think would be good for him. It just goes over the top. You don't have to worry about waistlines or anything like that. Just something that goes over the top.
Something that you would see on My 600-Pound Life. One of those gowns that they put him in before they do the surgeries.
There you go. It's funny you mentioned Ezra, because I put a note here that said, for some people it'd be really easy, like for Ezra, parents. for Hondo, cash.
Yeah.
And for Maul, either Kenobi's head on a platter or new legs.
Yes.
Either one works.
Who would get a puffer pig? Someone needs a puffer pig.
I think that's just a good prank gift for Zeb.
Okay, good.
Oh,
You
that's
put
true.
one in the fucking stocking for
That
him.
would be a white elephant gift.
Yes,
for
yeah,
Zeb.
right.
Yeah.
You got the puffer pigs again? Yeah, I think Padme would also be very difficult to shop for. She's got way too much. Her clothing's...
Yeah, you couldn't get her anything.
Padme's
No.
going to take back whatever you get and get store credit. You can tell.
She'll thank you to your face. Oh, this
Right.
is great. And then she never wears it. And you're like, what happened to that top I got you?
She's like Rachel from Friends. I love that necklace. Where is it? Can you put it on? Oops.
The other question, sadly, Padme and Anakin never got to meet their grandson, Ben.
It's true.
It made me wonder, how would they be as grandparents?
It's a hard question to answer because do you take Padme and Anakin or do you take Vader and... Well, Padme's only the one person, so...
Yeah.
I was thinking of it as in the state they were in originally, so Padme and Anakin. So not so much Anakin as Vader, but you could do it that way too.
I feel like one's going to be like wildly reckless, so that's going to be Anakin. Like,
Yeah, I don't see him as like a helicopter grandparent.
or like making the kids wear helmets while they're riding their speeders. And he's like,
Right.
just go for it.
Walk it off.
You know what? Back in the Clone Wars, me and Rex used to do this all the time. We never wore little. What if they're the wiffle ball helmets that fucking Callus had?
Right.
We never had to wear those when we were kids. We used to, my mom was a slave. Shmee never told me to do anything.
I feel like you wouldn't want to send Anakin to the daycare, though, to pick up the kids. It's just
No.
not a good... History tends to happen one way or another, so
he
you might just
We've
walk
seen
in
what he
there
does
and-
to younglings.
Yeah. So no daycares. Grandpa doesn't go there. Doesn't do softball games.
might trigger him.
Yeah.
Doesn't do the beach.
He
That's
will
not
not. I was just
happening.
going to say, he will not put a sandbox in the backyard for the kids.
It's too coarse.
Yeah.
Gets everywhere.
I just see him as so impatient with everything. You know, he would not be a very patient grandfather. And I could see him like the first time Ben like soils his diaper, he would look at it as like a betrayal. Like, how could you do this to me?
I feel like Luke is one of the he there was no way he'd end up good having Anakin as a father. Like if he didn't go to the dark side, because there was really, other than like his like obsession, he was kind of horny for Padme more than anything else, right? So like I don't see him like loving his children. He's just been like, go outside and play. He's trying to just like he'd follow Padme around and sniffing her ass the whole time.
So you're talking about him as a father now instead.
Right,
of
but well, I'm
grandfather.
going there, which would not make him a good parent, because you would
Typically, the worst parents are the greatest grandparents. Right? They're always like, well,
making up.
my dad. Yeah, they always
Yeah.
like, try to make up for it.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's that maybe not the best, but much better at grandparenting than parenting, because yeah, you're right. They don't have all the day-to-day actions that you have to have as a parent. So they're like, this is cool. I can dip in and out.
Usually have more money when you're older, Yeah.
And you can hand the kid off. Done.
And it's always,
Take 'em.
and those are the kids that are always like, well, they weren't like this when I was younger.
True. I just hope Ben doesn't ask him about great grandma, because he'll fucking fly off the handle if he asks about Shmi. Don't you fucking talk about her. Padme, I think she would be a very sweet grandma, but she would just torment Ben with stories of like senatorial fucking procedures and stuff like that, and be like, oh, and then the Trade Federation, and he'd be like,
When I was your age, I ran a planet.
She's probably on the PTO board for sure. Like, she's just
Oh, yeah,
fucking like,
yeah.
listen, no, this is not how
She
this
just
goes.
shows up like
she's
every
showing up-
Wednesday with like, those leggings with juicy on the ass.
Yeah,
She's got her big old Yeti. Shows up a little vodka in it.
I would thinking like maybe a big gulp. It's just filled
Okay.
up with half of its Coke, half of its rum. No, but she's like she's in there just taking the school board to task for not following proper senatorial
Oh, yeah.
procedures.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
This town hall meeting is you're over on your time.
right.
She's taking the minutes.
Yeah, I'd like to bequeath my minutes to the lady on the floor, please.
And all the other parents there are like, you should see her husband. That guy.
Do not make him angry.
He's a hot
No.
mess.
He's got a switch. He's got a short trigger.
That does.
Well, that was
He's always on the roof yelling about how he's got the high ground.
I got the high ground now.
Yeah, it's like that Will Ferrell skit from Saturday Night Live. Kids, you wanna get off the shed? You're on the high ground. Get off the high ground.
Some news. There have been, just to get this out of the way, there have been some rumors and some new TV spots for Book of Boba. We're going to cover all that next week. We're going to have Darth Flamingus on, and we're going to do a little bit of a Book of Boba preview with some predictions and kind of go over all the stuff we know and all that kind of thing. So we'll kind of save all that for then. So let's talk about some other things like the Acolyte, which is one of the series I'm kind of most excited for just because we know the least about it.
Yeah.
It's the one being done by Leslie Headland, and it's supposed to take place, as they've said, right kind of toward the end of the High Republic, which cool, is about 80 to 100 BBY.
Before the Battle of Yavin. Jay.
Correct. See,
I thought this was going to be toward the end of the High Republic, so 300.
Well, no, you're coming the other way, though. 300 is the beginning.
Wherever it goes, it goes.
You can come any way you want.
The High Republic starts at 300 BBY and goes to about, I think, like 100 or 80 BBY, something like that.
Oh, okay. I see what you're
We're
saying.
going reverse, counting down.
See, if you knew the story of Jesus Christ, you'd be more familiar with this.
Okay.
There were rumors about it being called Project Paradox, and there were rumors about the main character being dubbed as Aura, and it might be that we know who Aura is now, and that is a casting has been announced that is Amandla Stenberg, who you would know from Hunger Games. She was Rue in Hunger Games, and The Hate You Give, and most recently Dear Evan Hansen. So they told us at one point, they said that they were searching for a woman of color in her late teens, early 20s, which is bang on, I think, where she is age-wise, athletic, and who is able to handle the physical demands of the role, which includes martial arts, which I'm excited about.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought this casting sounds good, and just the fact that they're doing that and announcing it means they're moving that much closer to actually starting to film this.
I don't have much to add because I've never seen any of the stuff that she's been in, but I mean,
you never saw Hunger Games? I mean, she's a kid.
I watched like half of the first one, and I hated like the production design. Like I hated the look of the costumes and Elizabeth Banks with her weird ass fucking hair.
That was
doing
really
shit.
weird.
Like it was just, I was like, what is this? Like tonally, it didn't work for me, even though apparently it worked for the rest of the world.
They're saying the production's supposed to start late spring, early summer next year, which I didn't know was starting that soon. But that's what they're alleging, which would put it like 2023 release, probably maybe after Ahsoka.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, because I think that starts shooting after Ahsoka, right?
I would think so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, must be. So I just thought that was cool, and I mean the whole Acolyte thing in general sounds awesome. The fact that they're like Sith apprentices and stuff, like kind of seeing that other side, the dark side version of what we've seen so many times before on the light side. Yeah,
so it's basically supposed to be like kind of where the rise of the dark side, right? Is that the premise?
Correct.
Of how it...
Plagueis is around. I think Palps is born right around this time. So he would just be an infant if alive at all.
Right.
But yes, it's right around that time. So anyway, next up, O'Shea Jackson Jr., a.k.a. Ice Cube's son, did a recent interview and was asked about Kenobi. And first he was talking about how like it's the best job he ever had and how like Ewan is the coolest and all this kind of stuff. He just fucking loved working on this project, which sounds cool. But he also said how difficult it's been for him to not share any details with the fans. And he said, quote, "It's so hard because like anything that I'll read or see on the internet, I just want to be like, you don't even know. You don't even know what's going to go down. All these guesses and people going down the wrong rabbit hole. It's funny to watch, but as soon as I get the green light, I might do a 2-hour special talking about everything."
Well, wasn't he the one that posted Disney Plus Day? He's like, I thought the trailer was dropping too. Like he's waiting for it.
Yeah, he said, I'm in this, and I thought it was coming. I thought the trailer was coming. And he did say something about that at the end of the interview. He mentioned something about, like, I can't wait for people to see it, and I can't wait for the trailer, too. It's like, yeah, when the fuck are we getting that trailer?
No shit.
I don't know. I mean, I would assume maybe it's after Book of Boba wraps.
I would say sometime during it, or probably it's 7 episodes, probably the last episode.
Yeah, I would think they'd want to tease that.
He's like the Tom Holland of the Star Wars universe. He can't keep a secret.
Yeah, no shit.
They don't tell him anything.
They don't fill him into anything.
And we still have that gap between those two also, Book of Boba and Kenobi, which I'm assuming at some point we might see some sort of like maybe Bad Batch Season 2, like surprise trailer drop. I don't know.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah.
Because there's a gap there to fill.
I'm looking forward to the Bad Batch. I really like that first season.
I think it'll be fun to get back to it. Had a little break from it.
Uh-huh.
But it made me think also about his expectations as far as like, or our expectations, I should say, as far as what he's saying he's seeing. Because what's he reading? You know, we've seen concept art that shows an Inquisitor. It shows like off-world stuff with stormtroopers. It shows, you know, those snow speeders and all those different things. So we're making assumptions. But if we're all so dead wrong, I'm wondering what exactly shape the show's going to take.
Yeah. I was thinking about that earlier when I read I was like, how can we be completely off? I mean, it's almost exciting if we are.
Matt, can you hack into his computer, see what he's been looking at? And then we'll just basically go the opposite direction of everything he's been seeing.
I'll take a look.
Can narrow it down like that. You know, there's options here, guys.
Well, yeah, you don't know what he's read. You don't know what he's seen. But it just seems like, I mean, we've speculated all sorts of things. The Inquisitor thing, you know, like Luke's involvement, Leia's involvement.
Yeah.
You know, where he's going to go off world, you know, how he's going to end up meeting up with Darth, like all these different things, how he's going to talk to Qui-Gon, like all these different things we've thrown out as possible theories. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I don't know if he's shitting on all those or just most of them.
Don't forget Uncle Owen and Aunt Veru.
They're there.
Okay, they're in there. They're in there. Yeah. But yeah, or maybe like you said, maybe they just let him film his scenes and they're like, leave. You don't get to know what else is going on.
They blindfold him
the
and
whole
take him.
Script's redacted except for his lines.
He's in a blacked out Sprinter van. They drive him to set. Yeah. Comes out blindfolded. Okay, drop the blindfold.
No, don't do it. That's the only line I had today. Yep, get back in the van.
I heard he's playing Saw Gerrera's son.
That's the rumor you heard?
Just making it. You wouldn't even let me play with it. Oh yeah, that's the rumor you heard.
Anything's on the table now. I mean, if he's saying we're all wrong, who knows?
Right?
Maybe so. Who knows? So last we heard about Rogue Squadron, it was like on life support, and they pushed the launch date back and all that. And we were starting to think, oh shit, is this not going to happen at all? Is Patty Jenkins no longer going to be involved and all that kind of thing? They said that there was going to be like a High Republic or Old Republic movie released in its stead, like in 2023. Right. Still don't know anything about that. But it just came out that apparently she's no longer directing Cleopatra. They've moved her to a production or producer role. And so now she wants to focus on Wonder Woman 3 and Rogue Squadron. So it appears that life is being breathed back into that project.
Unless like Rogue Squadron is ready to go, I still don't see it happening. I know Wonder Woman is probably at least a year away from shooting. They don't have a script or anything yet, but she's usually pretty involved. And I know she's involved with the script on Rogue Squadron. So I don't know why Disney would like, it's weird that like, all of a sudden she drops and they have a director for another movie after they have dropped this. If anything, I think she's just losing jobs because of how terrible Wonder Woman 2 was.
It could be. That's pretty harsh. I mean, you know, because Wonder Woman 1 I thought was pretty good. Wonder Woman 2 was a big disappointment. Mm-hmm. But if it's just, I mean, I could see where they're so worried about the returns on that and go, oh, fuck, she screwed that one up. But still, I don't know. I still think it's got a chance of being made. With as much as they put into it so far.
Kathleen Kennedy fires and doesn't look back. Now, she hasn't been fired, but...
Right. But it's just not noted.
Right. Yeah. So, I don't know. We'll see.
I mean, they specifically mentioned it, so I thought maybe it was still in the works.
Oh, okay. All right. Maybe you read something I didn't.
I don't know.
I'm not saying, like, I want to see Patty off the film. She'll probably make a really good film, but that's the thing is, like, she has to work within those boundaries of, you know, what Kathleen Kennedy and everyone already has set up. And
those boundaries might have tightened when they watched Wonder Woman 2.
Yeah.
Hold on. Mm-hmm. We're going to bring in like somebody who to work under you as kind of an assistant director. And really they're like constantly like changing everything she's doing. Reports directly to Kathleen.
John Favreau.
Yeah.
He's just here to help. He's a consultant.
Why does he keep telling me where to put the cameras?
No, I'm not John Favreau. I'm Jim Favreau. That's my brother.
Maybe try it like this, where it wouldn't suck. He says to her.
Oh.
Try something new.
What would be like really, really like just a slap in the mouth is if they announced that Gal Gadot is directing Rogue Squadron.
Or she's replacing Gina Carano.
Oh.
Bring her in.
I could see that.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Couldn't you? I could.
Just as the body double of the stiff that's lying on the ground?
Yeah.
After they've killed her?
Yeah. Or Patty Jenkins gets cast as that's the body double.
Exactly.
Like, oh, this isn't going good for her at all. This is what she signed up for. A year ago, she was going to make a movie. Now she's a dead body.
Well, fingers crossed for Patty Jenkins. I think the concept sounded cool, and I like the idea. I just, It seems like it's been kind of on the rocks a little bit.
Yep.
Speaking of on the rocks, a little bit. Galactic Starcruiser, you had brought this up before we recorded last week, Cole, and we didn't get into it, but because it was kind of fresh at that point, and it was that the Starcruiser released a trailer, or whatever you want to call it, a teaser.
Yeah.
And it's like a gal who works at Disney, and then Sean Giambroni, I think is how you say his name, from the Goldbergs.
Yeah, he's the kid who's like, he's the star. He's the one with the video camera that's making the, he narrates it and tells the story. You ever watch the Goldbergs?
Never seen it.
Oh, it's fucking hilarious. That kid is really funny in it. So like to see how cheesy he is, but like he is like that excited about everything in the show.
Yeah, he was like, it was tough to watch. So I heard that it got pulled before. First, I saw that it was released, so I had like a link to it, and then I realized, oh no, they pulled it, but somebody had captured it and saved it, and I sent the link to you guys, and it was real cheeseball, and that Sean dude was just like so over the top in awe of everything, and it just did not play out well.
It looked like one of those videos, like when you get hired at a company. And you have to like sit and watch the movies they made from like 30 years ago. It was like one of those, like welcome to the team, and then you have to watch like this segment on something. That's sort of what it was.
It was pretty bad, and then so what happened, of course, is there was all this backlash from fans about not only the kind of cheeseball nature of the video, but also they're like, it looks kind of cheap. Like they were kind of like digging on or ripping on the design and all the stuff that they showed off. And they're like, I'm paying $5,000 for this. And all of a sudden, like dates started opening up in the first 4 months that were previously booked up. And still to this day, I just looked yesterday. I think March and April are still booked out, but in May and June, there are now dates open that weren't before. I think people backed out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you use did you pool our petty cash and sign us up?
I'm hoping to get a discount. I'm like, hey, so I watched the video. I'll give you half. Calamari flan.
Got it before I get it out. Nicely done. Yeah, I'm reading through these comments. It said the woman in the Galactic Starcruiser intro video says the ship has been used for centuries, yet the entire thing has no wear. Looks like it's brand new.
Yeah. All
the rooms, the pieces are painted solid colors. An old luxury ship feels upscale and still has signs of being lived in. It's a little nitpicky, I guess, but if you're paying, like you said, $5,000 a night.
Right. I think you want to be totally blown away for that kind of money. So I think when people saw a glimpse of it, part of it too, I think when I was looking at it, it just, I mean, I don't know, it sounds like kind of shitty to say it this way, I guess, but it just didn't look that Star Wars-y. It looked almost like some other type of future science fiction-y ship. It didn't quite look Star Wars-esque to me. I don't know. Maybe that was just me.
It just looked like it looked like someone was trying to play Star Wars with it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. Although, did you notice like the one shot where they're walking down the hallway, the one disappears in one or whatever, there's an exit sign in the background? And I'm like, there's not exit signs in Star Wars.
Yeah, at least don't conceal that for the purpose of the video. Like if you have to have exit signs, we understand.
Yeah.
But not for the video. You're trying to suspend belief here.
Spitting in the face of OSHA. Can't have that.
Exactly. There was some other story too about how they were going to put in like more of like a sit down, like kind of nicer restaurant in Galaxy's Edge, and they've decided to put that into the Starcruiser instead. Because I don't know, because you guys have not been to Galaxy's Edge.
No.
Are you going on your trip or no?
No.
Okay. We'll talk about it maybe with Dave sometime or something, but the food options are not spectacular there.
Okay.
As is the case with most Disney food, is not Disneyland, Disney World food is not the best. But they could use a little bit of a bump up in their food. But if you're going to be on that Starcruiser and you have no other options, you can't leave the property to get food, you can't order a fucking pizza, right. I assume, then they need to have their food game be a little bit more on point. Yeah,
I'm surprised they don't. And that's they have like all of the parks have like normal like hamburger whatever, and all the like a lot of the places are the same, but they've got some fucking restaurants that are delicious, but you're going to pay out the ass for it.
I've found more success. There's a couple, but I found more success. Like I've gone to Disneyland. I've never been to Disney World, but they have like the downtown Disney. That's you have to go outside
There's
of
good stuff there. Yeah,
there's a lot of good food there. But within the park itself, it's like we went to fucking Pizza Planet. That's and it was gross.
It's
like cafeteria food.
Yeah, it is. It's frozen pizza.
Yeah, pretty bad. So anyway, that's it for news.
I'm gonna pack a cooler.
Wow.
Let's go to the Maul Bag.
Hello there.
You've got mail.
Kenobi!
The fact that we all just sit there and wait for that thing to trail off, I really need to clip that down.
I love it. That'll be our signature. Keep it.
As mentioned before, you can email the show, facpapod@gmail.com.
And why haven't you?
Oh, yeah, get on it.
Stop yelling at me.
I mean, I would venture to guess that we have more than the 5 or 6 listeners who sent in emails, right?
We do. But we get some pretty good feedback and some reactions. But yeah, always looking for some
defending
more.
them, cheater.
I like the fact that you looked directly in Cole's eyes and said, "And why haven't you?" And he's like, "I'm on the show." I don't have to send an email.
I was just looking for some backup. That's all.
Maybe a heads
Okay.
up next time.
Okay. I'll kick you under the desk.
Yeah.
Email number 1 from Louis Cabral. Hello, skewers. Christmas is a special time of the year. And it's also when our house becomes a little more Star Wars. Not only does my Christmas tree have many of the Hallmark Star Wars ornaments, but the Christmas tree balls have been hand-painted to look like different characters. But the figurative and literal tree topper is the Death Star. It activates via remote, plays the theme and Imperial March, and lights up in sequence with the music. So here's my question. What Christmas-themed Star Wars stuff do you have? Did you see his little Dropbox video that he sent?
I did not.
He does this hilarious, like, pan all over the tree, like 2 minutes long, shows off the whole thing and the Death Star on top. It is. I appreciate the effort. It was extensive. And some of the stuff he has is pretty amazing.
Did it look like it was shot at Rancho Obi-Wan or what's it?
Not quite that level, I don't think. No
Okay.
offense, Louis. Do you guys have any Star Wars Christmas stuff?
Coley's, my son Cole Jr. Has a Chewbacca stocking. It's just the face of Chewbacca and it's brown.
It's Wookiee fur.
Yeah, Wookiee fur, I guess. And then we've got an assortment of ornaments that are on there. Like I think there's BB-8, R2. I think there's an X-wing. I think there's a couple other Star Wars ornaments. And then one year they got pillows. One of them was BB-8 and one of them was Kylo Ren. Like they're just little tiny throw pillows, like couch pillows, I guess you'd call them. They're just kind of snuggly pillows.
Yeah.
Tiny. But that's all really that we have for Star Wars.
I have a severed hand.
From Luke?
Yeah.
You went down
Is that the tree topper?
Yeah. Yes. It's hold the saber, so when you plug the tree
Hold the
in,
saber,
vroom,
yeah.
goes right through the ceiling.
You don't even use it. You don't use a tree stand. You just impale the tree into a dead Ewok on the ground. Hold still.
Hold this. Yeah.
Kill it.
We had a BB-8, but the dog chewed it up the other day. There's
Fucking
a
dogs.
Darth Vader. I had a Darth Vader treetop. I can't find the damn thing. But they got the X-wing. There's a few of the Hallmark ornaments we've got on the tree. I think my ex took a bunch of them when she moved too. But we've talked about that where she just threw all the Christmas decorations in her car when she robbed me one day when I wasn't home. She took like 6 totes and fucking got the hell out of here. So,
That's the kind of stuff you don't realize till later.
yeah.
Where
yeah.
are these? Oh, I must
Where's
have,
all my
must have
Star Wars merch? Jeez.
You make that phone call. I just want my Star Wars stuff back. I think I'm like you. Like I think we have I know we have an R2D2 ornament. We've got, just a few different types of ornaments like that, but nothing huge. I was thinking about the fact that in my house we've graduated past, spoiler alert, Santa.
Oh.
So the elf on the shelf thing that we were doing for a while, thankfully that fucking campaign is over. But I was thinking they should have done a Star Wars thing like fucking Yoda on the sofa or something. Like they should have done something
Yoda on the sofa.
Just a sort of Star Wars
There you go.
themed elf on the shelf.
They had a mensch on a bench for Hanukkah.
Mensch on a bench?
Mensch on a bench.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, so he just says, may the force be strong with you all, Louis, a.k.a. Clockwork Owl. Thank you, Louis.
Thank you, Clockwork.
Email number 2 is more of a tweet, actually, from Jeannie. She said, it was, what can you get a Wookiee for Christmas when he already owns a comb? It was a video link on YouTube, and I will not make you guys watch that because the voices on it are so bad.
So this isn't a Lucasfilm licensed Christmas song.
Oh, I don't think so. No, I think
Okay.
this is something somebody just made up. It was like there's a list of songs. It's part of like an album. And I only saw the one and got about 45 seconds into it and was like, I can't listen to this anymore.
Now, is it
terrible.
set to the tune of like, I want a hippopotamus for Christmas?
You know what? I've already blocked it out.
Oh, okay. What do you get a Wookiee for Christmas? I can hear it.
Oh man. It
So,
might be.
Matt, you're saying this isn't going to make the cut for when you guys do your favorite Christmas songs over on...
Our liner notes? No,
Our
we'll
liner
not be
notes?
making that cut. No, for sure.
Damn it.
But yeah, what would you get a Wookiee for Christmas? Would you get Chewbacca or another Wookiee for Christmas? I have some thoughts.
Let's hear it.
Yeah. Warm us
Number
up.
one, a bidet. I mean, fucking dingleberries for days on those Chewbacca.
Yeah, but I mean, that's going to have to be hooked to a fire hose.
True. Pressure washer.
Yeah.
The only other thing I thought of was like maybe some really good health insurance because those guys are tall and tall people have knee problems. They have hip problems. Look at Peter Mayhew. Look at the fucking state he was
Very
in by
true.
the end of it. So
Yep.
I think they need some insurance. Just considering how long they live. Jesus Christ. They must have multiple hip replacements.
I got a few ideas. Maybe some essential oils for his mane. You know,
Okay.
to
I was thinking
maybe
like Pert Plus. He's got
That's a good
shampoo,
one.
conditioner in one.
some Dapper
lot of it.
Dan, a little bit of Dapper Dan for him to comb it. What
There
if he
we
just
go.
combs it and he looks so good? Like,
Like on the part?
Yeah.
like
You
a
got a
like a
part.
hipster, like the
Like
the
from
beard's
Greece.
all combed
Like he does a
and the
fucking-
hair
he does. What was that hairstyle we were talking about the other day? We had to Google it.
bouffant,
A bouffant.
right? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chewy with a bouffant. That'd look good on him.
Chewy bouffant. I'm thinking maybe
That's his last name.
Maybe a new strap for his bandolier,
Okay.
right? Maybe something that's a little bit more elastic. That'll maybe a little
Maybe a
bit more
hip pack.
form fitting. Or in any way to I don't know what his bandolier is for. Is it his crossbow ammo in there somewhere?
It's really for show. I mean,
Yeah.
it's supposed to be, I think, for that, but you never see him use it ever.
Maybe he was an Eagle Scout for the Chewbacca or for the for the Wookiees on Kashyyyk.
The Wookiee Scouts.
The Wookiee Scouts. He's got all the badges on there. Maybe some oil for his crossbow or something to keep his keep the string taut.
I feel like
Although there's
a
no-
good pair of boots.
There's no string on that.
A good pair of boots.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a Wookiee wear boots?
He's like a hobbit.
No, but like
He got strong feet.
maybe the a little bit less pressure on the knees.
You want better support, like high arch
Yeah.
support
Yeah.
or something. Like he's
You
got
know, like you put horseshoes on a horse. You know?
compression socks.
Well,
Maybe
there we go. Yeah.
something to really encase the calf.
Maybe a nice watch.
maybe a nice watch.
You're really going all over the place here.
I know.
that's what a Wookiee needs. They're notoriously bad about being late, so they need a watch.
Maybe
it's kind
like
of a tip.
like your grandparents back in the day, they used to have like that beaded thing in their Buick, their seat. Get them one of those for the Millennium
massager?
Falcon. Yeah, like,
Yeah.
it's just like a good. They're sitting there for quite a while, you know.
He is there quite a while. That's a good
Yeah.
point.
Whatever it has to be is going to have no Velcro because the hair on that thing would
Oh,
just
yeah,
ruin it.
yeah.
The big one we missed, lint roller.
Yeah,
Lint
that's more
brush.
for Han, I think.
I
I don't
think
know if he'll
so.
clean up after
You can
himself.
give that out as a party favor.
Right there we go. Yeah,
But Han definitely needs that.
yeah.
They don't talk about that much, but there must be hair and fur.
They need like
all
a
over that Millennium
space Roomba, just something that just like goes through the whole Falcon, just
Falcon. Yeah.
gets the walls, the ceiling, like right in the nook and crannies. He's a fucking mess. You know he
Oh,
is.
how about a shower snake? Because you know his drain is just going to be fucking.
Oh,
You know. Yeah.
yeah. Maybe a plunger because when he goes in that vac tube,
Yeah, I don't think he's allowed. You know, like when you go like
It's like the T-Rex
like when I
down
was a
from
kid,
Jurassic
when
Park.
we had the not the RV, but we had a fucking like a big trailer right at the campground.
Oh.
But we weren't allowed to use.
That was a bragging camp.
We weren't allowed to use the bathroom in the trailer. We had to go to the.
Yeah, well,
the
no,
house-
you don't
Right.
ever use the house one.
Like that's what, yeah. The Wookiee can't use the one in the Falcon. Like Han can, but like you don't want to fucking clog that thing up when you're stuck in hyperspace somewhere.
hold on, I'll pull off just a minute. Wait till we land.
Oh, the amount of time we spend on some of these questions.
How many parsecs to the nearest shitter?
Yeah.
That's not true. That's Han gagging from the smell.
Yeah.
All right, you ready for the last one? Thank you, Jeannie. Email number 3, Cole's favorite, from Luther, aka Cheeto Bandito.
Luther.
So tomorrow, he says, this is obviously, he sent this on Friday. So tomorrow, Saturday the 11th, I will be attending the Steel City Comic Con. I hope you had fun.
He did. He sent me a picture with him and Christy Swanson.
Did he really?
Yeah, him and Buffy. Yeah, he sent me a email there. You got it
Was
too?
that who that was?
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out who the fuck that was.
It was Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the original, the movie.
There are some great guests. Norm and Cliff from Cheers, 5 of the Goonies cast, Feldman and Aston, to name a couple. Well, I can't believe they got Feldman.
I didn't know he's still alive.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, he's like
hanging in
hiding
there.
from. He thinks like Hollywood's out to get him. He made a documentary about
Oh yeah, it's
who the
serious.
rapists are in Hollywood and like all this shit. And
Pizzagate.
he ended up like selling it online, and then the website went down just
Yeah,
as he was
I
releasing
forgot about
it.
the website thing.
Yeah, yeah.
He had a
and
whole
said
thing planned out.
he said it
gonna,
was
like
the-
shock the world. Yeah.
Hollywood elites had crashed it, so he couldn't get the information out. It was this big thing. He's always up to something.
It was Haim who died. Feldman
Yeah.
still alive. And I don't know if you wouldn't have probably remember this, but back in the day when Neil and I did a show, we were talking about Feldman so much at one point because he had this little comeback, and we actually reached out and he was going to come on the show. We like chickened out.
Oh, really?
Really? Wow.
Kinda.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So anyway, he said one guest in particular, Wedge Antilles himself, Mr. Dennis Lawson. Oh boy. So on behalf of FACPA, I have some questions / comments for old busy as hell Dennis. I'm gonna just give you guys a warning for any Wedge stands out there. Pretty harsh comments coming, so
Yeah.
buckle up. His questions are: I'm glad you didn't think Pittsburgh would be boring compared to making a Star Wars movie. Oh. How would he react to that? What? He just like, what are you talking about? I'm
I
where?
know you
I'm in
listen to
Pittsburgh?
Fact, but you heard it.
What if he has heard it and he's just like writing up his rebuttal right now, or he's called his lawyer?
We got a fresh
Cease and desist.
review this week.
We
One
got to
star.
pull the episode.
It's from DL. He doesn't want to put his real name on it.
Defamation of
Exactly.
character.
These guys suck. End of. What's it like being too busy for Disney? I would just imagining him sitting there and firing these questions at him is just hilarious.
He's got a little spiral notepad.
Yeah.
Like he's asking the question,
Look
leaving
at his
room for
fingers.
yeah.
He just looks up and like leers at him for a
Next.
second before he goes to the next one.
Yes, I do have a
Okay.
few more.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Just keeps doing that. I still have. Okay. I paid my
Do you want
money.
anything signed? I'm not done yet.
Oh, he gets to it.
Was it hard to clear your schedule to come to this convention and sign autographs for your 7.3 fans who just ask you questions about your actually famous nephew?
Oh.
Jesus.
That one might send him back to his hotel room and just kill himself.
That would be a little rough.
Yeah.
Let's go easy on Dennis on that one. Did your character name spawn from how often you let George Lucas wedge his dick betwixt your butt cheeks? Oh, he even uses betwixt. God, Luther, come on. You've got too far.
The Cheeto Bandito has struck.
Yes.
And then he says, an autograph and a selfie is $60. You had 30 seconds of screen time in A New Hope. Fucking Biggs had a full minute, and that guy will sign shit for recognizing him without his mustache. Hard to argue on this one because having watched, having dipping in and out of that TNT marathon this weekend and watching the trench run again, and I know I've made fun of him a lot for this, but he pieces out. Luke says, you can't do any good back there, and I want them to cut to like Biggs and him be like, he can't do any good? I'm on my own now, Dick. You only just met that guy. Like, we've been homies for years, and you're just going to sell me out like that? I'm going to take off then. Biggs went out like, what a dick. Like, he let this other guy that he just met peace out, and meanwhile, I'm taking the shots in the back so he can be the fucking hero. Then he lands, it's a big party, and they're all celebrating excited. Nobody's, like, pouring one out for Biggs.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck.
Not real familiar with the battle tactic of cannon fodder. his old Wedge Antilles. I could sit back here and soak up a couple of blasts, but, I'm not doing much good back here. You're on your own, Luke.
What? He told me I could leave.
He's peacing out before Luke's even got his fucking button keyed up as Red 5.
He said, and that was it. And he said, love Wedge.
Oh, he said, could you sign it to Cheeto? We both have names about cheese.
Oh,
That's
shit, I
good.
missed that part. Sorry. Yes.
Yeah. That's
So
great.
thank you, Cheeto Bandito, for that one. We hope you had fun at the con.
Well written, very funny. I laughed out loud when I
Yeah.
was perusing this at work. I was cracking up. So
Good stuff.
We've got good listeners. The ones
Yep.
that write in.
Oh boy, still bitter. We don't have a factoid, but just to remind folks again that next week our Book of Boba preview will be out with Dave on there. We'll be talking about a giveaway for the Book of Boba season, so you want to tune into that. It's going to be a little bit late, so it'll come out probably on Wednesday or Thursday, and then run through until we get to the actual Book of Boba reviews.
We're all going to sit down and eat a crate steak.
I think we should all get a boba tea as well.
Boba tea.
For a Book of Boba Fett celebration.
Like a t-shirt.
You guys know boba tea, like the little tea with the stuff in the bottom of it, the little balls.
Yeah. I don't think I know this.
You guys, I can't be the only one that
I
knows
don't know
what
what
boba
he's
tea
talking
is.
about. I don't know.
All right, well, I'll fucking enlighten you
Now you
guys.
second guess. Is there a boba
No,
tea?
I gotta Google it. You know what? I'm not gonna look it up. Listeners, you guys know what I'm talking about. Back me up.
Boba tea.
Someone come in and back me up with the boba tea.
Well, next week you can sip your tea and prove us wrong.
Okay.
Okay.
Pinky in the air.
Listeners, thank you for listening. And until next time, bring your own boba tea.
Never tell us the odds.
In our experience, there's no such thing as luck.
We have spoken.